Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I'm going to be starting off with my base, and for this I'm using my favorite foundation, which is the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation in the shade F2. And then I'm just going to be blending that in with a Real Techniques sponge. I'm just getting rid of any creasing that happens underneath my eyes because I have very wrinkly under eyes. Also, my dad was watching Bachelor in Paradise in my room while I was filming this, so...
I wanna make some promises so that I can break them later.
Yeah. I do. Like, I feel like I love
passionate sex until the next hot thing.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
wanna promise you that I'll put a ring on your hand.
I feel like right now, like,
bury your face in the sand.
Being able to, oh my God.
Cause I'm a bachelor in paradise.
I want the high points of my face to be really light, so I'm taking the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 00, and I'm just putting that under my eyes to start, and then I'm dotting it on my forehead, nose, and chin, and then blending that out with the Real Techniques sponge again. I'm going to set all the places that I put that light concealer with a light powder, and for this I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the shade Fair. And then I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Reserve Your Cabana, and this bronzer is pretty much just the same color as my skin tone, but it has a bit of a shimmer to it, so it gives like a nice healthy glow. Taking that same white ColourPop concealer, I'm going to prime my eyelids, and then I'm going to go ahead and set that base with the Sugar Pill eyeshadow in the shade Taco. Throughout this entire video, I'm talking to my dad about the episode of Bachelor in Paradise we're watching, so if you see my mouth moving, like, I'm sorry, I know it's distracting. To contour, I'm taking the NYX High Definition Blush in the shade Taupe, which is kind of purpley, so I think it goes well with the colors we're going to be putting on the eyes. And then this is the part where my camera dies and I don't know, so I have to pretend to do my highlighter for the first time. Are you recording? Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. Let's pretend I'm doing that for the first time again. Oh, God. But just so you know, off camera I applied the Tarte blush in the shade Party and the purple highlight shade from the Naked Cosmetics Holographic palette. Next I'm taking the ABH lip palette and I'm using the shade 9 to fill in my eyebrows. I gave them a small and pointed up shape to give kind of like a fairy look. do shave off like more than half of my eyebrows, but I actually really enjoy doing that because it allows me to get like creative, fun shapes like I'm doing with my eyebrows right now, without having to glue them down, because I really don't like the process of gluing my eyebrows down. Dipping into the shade Soul from the Norvina palette, which is like this really unique periwinkle shade, and I'm just smoking this shade out all over my lid and giving it sort of like a cat eye shape. And I left in a lot of footage of working with this shade because I found it was giving me a little bit of trouble. Like, it was just kind of patchy and it wasn't really sticking, but with a lot of work I made it, you know, look good. It's just one of those things to consider, like if you're only buying the eyeshadow palette for this color, like I don't know if it's worth it because it was kind of giving me trouble. Also, outside of filming this look, I worked with the browns in the Norvina palette, and they were also giving me trouble, and they were also really like patchy and not really sticking down. So I think it just has something to do with the formula of this eyeshadow palette, and I don't really like it. Okay, so also from the Norvina palette, I'm taking the shade Celestial, I don't know, but I'm putting that on my inner corner, and then I'm also going to drag it on the inner portion of my lower lash line as well. Dipping back into the lip palette from earlier, I'm taking the same shade that I used for my brows, and I'm just going to use this on my waterline. And then I'm just adding a little bit of mascara on my top lashes before I apply falsies. The lashes that I use for this look are from Coco Lashes, and they're in the style Stella, but I cut them in half. And then for a third time, I'm taking the white concealer and I'm just swiping this on my bottom lashes. And that completes the eye look. But just because my eyes are done doesn't mean I can't use more shades from the Norvina palette, so I'm taking the shade Wild Child and I'm dusting that on my Cupid's bow in the center of my bottom lip, and then I'm just going to top that off with some gloss. The gloss that I use is from Urban Decay, and it's in the shade Midnight Cowgirl. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!